Welcome back to another Pals and Paws live webinar. Today I have Harvey here with me, and we're going to be working on two somewhat difficult commands. I wouldn't necessarily call them tricks because they're more focused on just teaching a dog basic manners. So we're going to try and teach Harvey leave it and with me, or loose leash walking. So Harvey. And as you can probably tell, Harvey is a puppy. He's only about 6-7 months, so he's not done growing, and he's got lots of energy. He's still learning his manners. As you can see, he's being very goofy in our new wonderful multi-purpose room where we'll hold educational classes and dog training. So, Harvey, let's start with leave it. Since this is a very useful command, once again, it's not really a trick because the focus is more to redirect your animal or tell them what the expectations are. So you can use the leave it command if you ever want your dog to stop paying attention to something, want them to ignore it, and keep going or focus on something else. Harvey, come here. So to teach leave it, I want to show Harvey that I have a treat in my closed hand, and he's gonna sniff it, and I have to ignore him. I don't want to give him any attention. Leave it. And once, leave it. Good boy, take it. Once he leaves it, stop sniffing my hand constantly because he's well aware that there's a treat in my hand. But the whole purpose is I want him to look away, give attention elsewhere. And once he does that, it's important to let the dog know that, okay, the command is over, you left it, now you can take it. So leave it is kind of a two-part thing when you're first starting out, because you say leave it, once their attention is elsewhere, then you tell them to take it. You don't want to just treat right away. So let's try again. Harvey, come here. Harvey. So I'm going to show him the treat, and he's kind of distracted by the ball. Leave it. He's still sniffing my hand. Leave it. Leave it. He almost did. He was so close. Leave it. Good boy. Take it. Good boy. So remember, you always want to have that difference and tell them take it. Don't just treat right away. It's important that they understand that leaving it means I'm not going after what I want. So I'm showing him another treat. I'm going to put it in this hand this time. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. Okay, take it. Another good thing is to bring the treat to them. Once they finally leave it, stop paying attention to the treat. Before you say take it, or as you're saying take it, the release command, bring the treat towards them. You don't want them to come to you towards the treat because that's kind of the opposite of the whole idea of leave it. So we'll do one more leave it, and then we'll start on the loose leash walking, which is also a big challenge. But once your animal has the hang of it, they're actually really useful and can be used a lot together. Harvey, come here. Leave it. Good boy. One more? I think you can do one more. Leave it. Almost. Leave it. Harvey! Then he just gave up. He's like, okay, I left it. Come on, show again. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. Take it. Good boy. And as usual, consistency and timing are the big challenge, more for the trainer than for the dog, because we really want to make sure we're doing it the same every single time so that Harvey or whatever dog you're working with can catch on to leave it. So I'm going to put him on a leash. Now for loose leash walking, or with me, is the command that we'll be using. It's a bit different than heel. Heel is pretty formal and requires the dog to be right even with your side. Whereas loose leash walking, Harvey doesn't have to be in line with me, but I want nice slack on the leash like you guys see right now. See how there's all this wiggle room, whereas this is taut. When you feel a dog pulling and the leash is pretty straight like this is taut. And it's not comfortable for dogs to walk like this all the time with the leash taut. It's much more comfortable for you and the dog to learn how to use loose leash walking. And this can be kind of challenging because it takes a lot of timing and consistency to get right. So what I want to do is just kind of walk around with Harvey, and another challenge is to make sure you're never pulling on the leash when teaching loose leash walking. You don't want to overcorrect the dog because that can confuse them. So I'm just going to try and get Harvey to walk nice and easy with me. And if he starts to pull on the leash, I'm going to go and turn directly 180 degrees around and start walking the other way. There you go. With me. And I don't want to go really fast. I want Harvey to catch on. Oh, take it a minute to munch. So he pulled on the leash. I'm going to start walking in the other direction. I don't want to encourage when he starts pulling on the leash. No. And another thing, I kind of did an abrupt turn there. So when Harvey pulled in the other direction, that was actually my fault. So you want to go really nice and slow and take the turns really easy. Otherwise, it can confuse the animal. And this is another one that really requires more practice on the person's part than the animal. So come on, Harvey. So right now the leash is nice and loose. We're just going to keep walking. And he doesn't have to be right at my side. He just has to stay in a nice close proximity. And he knows I have some treats, otherwise I think he would start kind of pulling in different directions. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. And see, that's how leave it can come in handy when you're actually out in the world and walking your dog. You would say leave it to a squirrel or a toy, a piece of garbage, whatever it might be. But say, nope. So I'm going to walk the other direction. Come on. Harvey. Harvey. With me. Good. Good boy. So he came back to walk with me with that loose leash. So I'm going to give him a treat. But as soon as he went after the bed, I wanted to turn around, go in the other direction. Nope. With me. With me. With me. Good boy. Okay, Harvey. No. Nope. Leave it. Good boy. Leave it. Good boy. Good boy. He likes to pause when he's eating. Come on. And when you're working on leave it and loose leash walking, it actually helps to have different objects like this to distract the animal. No, with me. With me. With me. With me. Good boy. So he started to pull on the leash twice there, so I had to turn around twice. Anytime he pulls on the leash and there's a tautness, we want to turn 180 degrees, walk in the other direction, say with me. And as soon as he gets within proximity and is walking nice and loose on the leash again, that's when I'm giving him the treat. So let's go again. Come on, Harvey. And it helps if you see how I'm holding the leash with two hands, because sometimes you feel the need to kind of pull them in a certain way, but you don't want to do that. You really want to keep your wrist and the leash in the same position and let him be in control of how taut or slack it is. So let's try again. Come on. Harvey, with me. Harvey. And also notice how I'm never pulling him. I might kind of give a gentle little tug on the leash, but I'm never yanking or, doing a really abrupt correction because he's learning and trying to figure this out. We don't want to be constantly pulling on his leash and collar. That's not going to encourage him to keep learning and trying. Also, I wanted to show you guys that depending on the dog, different tools can be used to help teach them loose leash walking. Or some dogs, they just naturally pull more, and a harness or a gentle leader can really come in handy with that. We never recommend using aversive methods like chained collars or pronged collars. They're the ones with the little fork type of things that go into the dog's neck. That's way too harsh of a correction, whereas a gentle leader, it's a specific brand, and Harvey wants to make it a chew toy, but a gentle leader, it's by Pet Safe. They also make the Easy Walk harness that we use a lot here at the shelter with our different dogs that need a little extra help with understanding how to walk nicely on a leash. These are great tools. You would put the harness on so that it fits around the dog's body. This goes over Harvey's little head here. Oops, it's backwards actually. And this is not fitted for him, so I'm not going to put it on all the way, but just to show you guys an example. And then you would clip it underneath like this. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. You goof. You're too wiggly. You're a wiggly butt. Yes, hold on. Oh, Harvey, it's okay. So, yes, it would clip underneath like that, and there is a D-ring, just like on a dog's collar, for you to clip in. So, can you sit up? Thank you. So you can see here, he's got a nice little D-ring. If I were to clip it underneath his front legs there, it would be nice and secure. And then I could attach the leash to the front of his chest, and that actually helps correct the animal in a more efficient way. So that's what we suggest for dogs that are a little bit more difficult to walk on a leash. And then a gentle leader, I'm not going to take out of the box because it's nice and brand new, for if someone wants to come and purchase one, and the proceeds go to our animals here at the shelter. But it actually goes over the animal's muzzle and nose, so it doesn't hurt them or impede, their eyesight or smell or anything like that. It's just a bit more of a firm correction and a different point for correcting the animal. So while some dogs can understand loose leash walking on just a collar, this is the correction point. Some need it from their chest, like the harness I just showed you guys, and some need it like right kind of above their nose. That's where the gentle leader falls, is right above their nose. So they're just different correction points while all being humane and safe to use with pets. So let's practice a few more times, Harvey. I think you can use the practice, huh? So I'll let him just be a goofy, silly boy for a minute, get the giggles out. But let's not destroy the bed. No, let's not destroy the bed. Okay. Harvey, come on. I'm just going to walk around, nice and easy. He gets a little rambunctious, and that's okay. No, with me. Harvey, leave it. Hey, Harvey, leave it. Good boy. So ideally you would want to practice leave it just with the treat in the hand a lot more before moving on to a real world scenario like Harvey eating the bed, if we can call that real world. But still, if you see your animal doing something and you want to redirect them, try using that leave it command in practice, and that'll help them catch on. No, leave it. I'm just going to walk. Harvey, come on. No. Good boy. Leave it. With me. Good boy. We'll try a little more. Switch sides. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. And I'm never scolding him. I'm not yelling, leave it, bad dog, or anything like that. I'm just saying, leave it. Firm but quickly. Leave it. Nope. Leave it. Leave it. Come on. Come on, Harvey. Leave it. Good boy. Good boy. Let's do a little more walking. Come on. Harvey. Good boy. No. Harvey. Harvey, with me. With me. Good boy. Try a little more. And it is a lot of practice to get them to understand the loose leash and leave it. Where'd you go? You're on the other side. It's okay. No. Harvey. Harvey, with me. Good boy. Good boy. And you can kind of see he's understanding that he should get closer and redirect to be the same way I'm going a lot sooner after I quickly turn 180 degrees. At first he was still pulling in the other direction behind me, but now as soon as he realizes that I'm going the opposite way, then he starts to follow. Because I don't want to go the direction he's going. That'll just encourage him to keep pulling hard on the leash. Whereas if I stand firm, when he goes somewhere I don't, leave it, and turn in the other direction. See, he forgot about the distraction there. That's really good. Good boy. Okay, how about one more? We'll walk through all the distractions. And then we'll say goodbye. Good boy. With me? Good. Good boy. No, leave it. With me. Good job! He did both leave it and with me. Minus there being a treat on the ground. Okay, good boy. Okay, I know you wanted it, so. I thought that was pretty good for Harvey being as young as he is, and definitely has a lot of energy. I think he picked that up really well. He's a smart dog, so it just takes practice, and this is obviously a lifelong skill that you should always be practicing with your dog as you take them for walks or interact with new people and other animal friends. So I hope you guys had fun today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week for another Pals and Paws live webinar. Say bye, Harvey. Here, how about I bounce the ball for you? How about you go chasing after the ball, huh? And we'll say bye-bye. Yeah. Take the leash off. Go get it. Walk. Go get it. There you go. Good boy. What a good boy. I wonder, am I going to push it? Harvey. Leave it. Leave it. Oh, he actually dropped it. You guys didn't see that, but he actually dropped it. Good boy. You're such a smarty pants. Good boy. So, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Oi. Oi, my boy. Say bye-bye. No. Don't eat the phone.